Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Ratliff Mandolins Weekly Production Diary. My name is Audie Ratliff, and I'm going to share with you what's going to happen this week at the Ratliff Mandolins Workshop. And I'll tell you right now, it has to do with binding. Binding is that plastic strip that goes around the outside. It's a decorative thing and a functional thing. When you're done with it, it sort of frames in the mandolin, gives you a nice bright corner, and it's real pretty. But at the same time, should you hit this thing, this binding is designed to absorb the shock and keep you from splitting the wood as well. So not only is it pretty and decorative, it is functional. Now we have two mandolins like this that need to have the peg heads bound. And then we have our normal 10 in the batch that have to be bound around the outside. Binding comes in several different forms. Or I should say several different colors, actually materials and colors. There's white and black and cream and ivory and tortoise and all sorts of different things that you can choose from. But in this batch, I think we only have orders for mandolins that are going to be either white or black, I think. So that's where we're at. All 10 mandolins like this are in there awaiting some work done. I've already started on 2 of them, and we'll run some footage of this work being done this week, but don't look for it to be much more than just work on binding, because that's really the only thing that's on the job title list this week. Just a quick check-in here to say that I got yesterday the first main piece of binding on mandolin number 1 here. I'm going to unwrap this string and let you take a look. As you can see, it has the binding, the black, white, black on not only the top but the sides as well. Now, as you can see, that's all rough and nasty and it needs to be sanded, but the binding is in place and will clean up very nicely. My normal procedure is to do this big piece here and then this piece here and this piece here, usually at the same time. Let them dry, this piece here and followed by the last one right here. And if we're doing the back, then we'll have that little heel button thing. So that's the procedure that we're going to use to finish out this mandolin here, mandolin number 1. You know, I've been right here in this little corner all week with my nose to the grindstone, and I look up and suddenly it's Friday afternoon and time to call it a week. And so let me just kind of give you a progress report about where we're at. Mandolin number 1 is taken care of. All of the binding is on it except for this last little piece right here. So that's what we'll start on Monday morning with this last little piece. Mandolin number 2 is completely done. It is bound in black, set, sanded down to 100 grit, top and sides, and ready to go in the box for number 2 to await its neck, and which we haven't even started yet. This mandolin right here that I have called mandolin number 3 all week, it's not mandolin number 3 at all. It happens to be, if you'll recall, we bent sides and put tops on 2 extra mandolins for this batch just in case we had some issues, and that was one of the extras. And how I got the tags mixed up, I have no idea, but I realized that it is one of the extras and not mandolin number 3, but I did get all of the binding put on it, so it's ready to be laid off to the side as well. And the real mandolin number 3 is right here. So we're going to take mandolin number 2 out because it is indeed ready to go in the box. And bright and early Monday morning, we're going to put the first piece of binding on mandolin number 3. Now, next week, we're going to be in much the same place. Probably won't move out of this little area all week. Should get a little farther along than I got this week because mandolin number 1 here just took so much extra work with that extra piece of binding. It was just a time-consuming thing. So I look for you to come back next week. Hit the like and subscribe button if you don't mind. Please leave me a comment. I really appreciate the comments. And join us next time. See you then.